So we are here in Boston still. The competition for individuals just ended. Mm-hmm. And before the camera started rolling, we were talking about your name. You just got switched around from one to another. You just got married. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
And it went from Barber to Wall or Wall to Ball?
Wall.
So I decided I was going to call
Lindy Barber. My name is Lindy Barber.
So Lindy Wall Ball.
Forever.
Lindy Wall Ball.
Yeah, Wall Ball's fine. We can do Wall Ball.
So Lindy Barber, and you're from the Northeast?
Central East.
Central East, okay. If I remember correctly, you have had a back injury, is that correct?
Yes.
How's that going?
Today was a little tough, but overall it's going well.
I noticed on the last workout you weren't wearing a weight belt like some people do.
Yeah.
Do you not use one? Is that something you don't train with?
No, I usually, on the last one I had my purple one, which is my thicker leather one, but the rest of the day I had the Velcro one because of the movements that were involved. But I was so tight for the last one that I needed the thicker purple leather one.
And just real brief, what happened to your back?
I broke it in 2011. So my L5 split in half, and I also have scoliosis and spina bifida, so I have a lot of diseases and a lot of stuff going on back there that is not conducive for lifting, but I'm fighting through.
How the heck did you do that?
So I was born with the scoliosis and the spina bifida, and I didn't know I had any of it my whole life until I was doing a back squat, got down to the bottom of a back squat, collapsed at the bottom, went to the doctor, was like, just fix me because that's in the middle of the open, and they were like, you have all these other diseases that you didn't know that you had, so we kind of need to figure that out. So I was doing a back squat, but I had diseases that were pre-injury that I didn't know that I had.
And so that's something that once you get through it, I always tell people, I have blown out disc too. One of them's 14 millimeters at the L5S1.
Yeah.
So I can kind of relate.
Mine's L5 as well, actually.
So I always tell people that it's almost like I have back herpes. And the reason being is this, you can't cure it. And the only time it's bad is when it's flared up.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I have, you and I both have good days and bad days, and there's days that you wake up and it's more painful than every other day, but it's always there. There's good days and bad days, and when it's a bad day, it's always because it's flared up and it's painful.
Yep, and I've noticed, I don't know if same with you, but sleeping tends to be really key to my position there. So
Absolutely.
I wake up and it messes up me for the whole day.
It absolutely does. If you sleep on your belly, I'm screwed the next day. If I wake up and I'm on my belly, I'm like, shit. Like, I know it's going to be a bad day starting off.
So having that, I'm kind of curious, because you have the, obviously, wellness and fitness when it comes to CrossFit, right?
Yep.
And wellness should be number one. And the whole fitness part and the competition part, how does that come in when it comes to your back? Do you ever maybe I should chill out with competitions and just try and be fit for life?
Yes. So I am not naive enough to think that I will be able to do this for a very long time. So I know that I have a timeline, and I know that eventually it's going to end, and it's going to be too much on my back. So I want to go at it as hard as I can right now, and I still have days where I have to text my coach and be like, it's just not happening, or this is too heavy for me, or something feels incorrect. Or workouts like the first one this morning where overhead squats kill me. I just have to do as many as I can and not freak out about it and not push through the pain. But I know that I have a timeline with this, and I'm just going to try to push as far as I can, but I don't want to ruin any bit of the rest of my life for something that I know is temporary. So I push as hard as I can, and I do everything that I can. If it gets me to where I want to go, then great, and if not, then I just let it go, and I know that
do you notice, does it bother you more or hurt you, let's just say hurt you in competition, the back pain during competition or the back pain during training?
Do I notice a difference?
Let me rephrase it. I don't train as hard as I used to and don't back squat and lift like I used to because of my back, which obviously hurts me in competition.
Right.
So that's something that I have to take into account and taking a step back.
Right. So like this is what we keep calling my preseason. So at this point I am not training as hard in between weeks when I have competitions like this on the weekend, which I think does hurt the competition. Yeah. But because I want to get to the competition and get the experience and be around the girls and have the top level, my training throughout the weeks takes a hit so that I can compete on the weekends. But when it comes to the open, the good news for that is it's only one workout a week. And then regionals will be, I'll train as hard as I can between the open and regionals, and then give regionals everything I got, and then back off for a week or two, and then so on and so forth. So it's kind of like, it's a yo-yo effect of training hard throughout the day to be able to compete, and then back and forth. It's kind of like a balancing act of everything.
Yeah, we've talked about on the show that the balance of life versus, obviously, like you said, a short CrossFit career. Because ultimately, what does a person get out of it? It's not like the NFL where there's multi-million-dollar contracts.
Right.
It's not like your mortgage is getting paid for consistently through competitions and stuff like that. So sometimes it's like, I'm kind of curious, what is it that really drives people to do what they do and sacrifice a lot to do well in these CrossFit competitions?
So I think a lot of it is because I always tell people, like, we're all kind of crazy. Like, all of us are a certain level of crazy. You have to be able to do this stuff.
They're all crazy.
We're all crazy, exactly. To be able to push through, to continue to want to do these things. Yeah. And I think we're all very competitive, and we get to aspect like this, and you feel, it's a crazy accomplishment to be able to finish like something like this, and to know that you're good at it, and you're able to push this hard, and your body is overall getting much healthier because of it.
Yeah.
I think we're all just really competitive and never want to give that up, to be able to actually do this year in and year out, day after day.
Yeah. Well, best of luck leading up to the Open.
Thank
I
you.
hope it stays straight and aligned and nice and healthy.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's not a whole lot of box jumps and deadlifts combined. That tends to be really bad for me.
Yeah. Deadlifts are bad. Box jumps are okay because I have good calf strength, but overhead squats I would love if there was just never any of those ever again.
So the first workout is going to be box jumps,
I know it.
heavy deficit deadlifts, and overhead squats.
Yeah, and then I'll just be like, okay, bye guys, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you, but no thank you.
Exactly.
Awesome. And what gym do you train out of?
CrossFit the Ville.
The Ville.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Is that your gym? Or do you just train there?
No, I train there. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And if our viewers and listeners want to follow you, what's your Instagram, Twitter, how do they find
Lindy
you?
Barber. So I have an athlete page on Facebook that's Lindy Barber. My Twitter handle is actually at Volinda Barber because my real name is Volinda with a V. And then my Instagram is Lindy Barber. It's all pretty simple, actually. So
awesome.
Look up Lindy Barber and you'll find all of me.
Sweet. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Up top.
Thank you so much.
Cool.